Hi, my name is Jim, and I'm doing a review on the Viltrox L132T video light. And I'm filming this with my Panasonic AC90 camera and using the on-camera microphone. So if you ever wondered what that sounds like, the on-camera microphone on an AC90, this is what it sounds like. We're going to go into a dark room, and I'm going to take this light and put it on my camera and film myself. And I am going to be doing it at the 33, 47, and 5600 Kelvin. You actually can go all the way through those selections, and I'll show you on this. And then we're going to go 20%, 60%, and 100% of light, but you can go from 20% all the way up to 100%. I would really like to thank Caleb from DSLR Video Shooter. That's his YouTube channel. I've never corresponded with him, but I've watched quite a few of his videos, and they're really great videos. And if you haven't had a chance, you should watch them. There's a lot of good information, and he pointed me in some directions that helped me find the lights that I was looking for. Viltrox makes a 116 and a 132 on-camera light. I'm sure they might make more, I don't know, but those were the two that I was looking for a fill light when I do interviews, and also a light that can double on my camera at the same time. And I looked at this one and I decided to go with the 132 because it is rectangular and I thought it would give a broader area of light. The 116 is more square and upright, and I thought that would, I don't know, I just didn't like the looks of it on my camera. I was afraid of it being a little bit too top heavy. And I guess 132 is brighter than the 116. I don't know. I do know that they said something about they have some kind of new technology and they have 132 lamp beads. I don't know. I don't know the technical stuff about this light. And really what I want to do is just show you some of the features. So let me show you this light. I'm going to turn it on. And this right now is at 20% and it is at 3800 Kelvin. And if you look at the back, I don't know if that's going to show up for you or not, but it shows you, that's what I really like about this light, is that it will give you the amount of light that you're using. Now, if you dial it up, it goes by 1%, and it goes from 20 all the way up to 100%, and that's pretty bright. But what is also nice about it is if you push the button in, you'll see this starts to flash, and you can change from 38 Kelvin all the way up to 56 Kelvin. And that's really important, and I'm going to show you, for me, why it was so important. The other thing that I really like about this is not only does it take the Sony battery, but you can plug this light in to a DC converter, which comes with the light. I don't know. I can't remember whether that comes. No, it was separate. I had to buy a separate one. So you have to buy the DC converter for this, but that way you don't have to run on the batteries. But at 100%, this ran for an hour and a half on the 3000 milliamp battery, which 1000 milliamp means 1 amp hour. So this was actually a 3 amp hour battery. So if you know anything about electricity, I really don't, but I did figure that much out. So why is it so important to know about these percentages and about the different light temperatures with the Kelvins? What I'm going to show you is I'm bringing it down to 3300 right now. And if you'll notice, in fact, I'm just going to shut this off. Where I'm standing, I have a fluorescent light right up above my head, and I'm doing this on purpose because you'll notice on this side of my face it's darker, and some would like that look, some want to fill that light in. It's just your choice. So say I want to fill this in, you have to know what temperature this light is to get the correct light. Now you can take the Nuier, I guess is how you pronounce it, CN160, and it's a great light, but you can only use the batteries, the rechargeable batteries or the AA batteries, and you are kind of stuck on the light. From what I believe, it's daylight, or you can put the filter on it, and I checked it once, but I don't remember what the color temperature is. So you're stuck between two color temperatures, and that really does mean a lot. didn't really think it did before, and then the more I've been shooting and doing stuff, I found out that it does. So what I was able to do, you have to have the right color temperature to make this all work. So how do I know what color temperature that I have from 3300 to 5600? How do I know what color that I need to set this on? Well, my Panasonic AC90 will do a white balance, but it doesn't tell me the color temperature. But what's really nice is I have a Canon GH30, and when you do a white balance on it, it will actually tell you what the color temperature is, which is great. Now, I heard that some cell phones have an app that you can take your cell phone and check the color temperature with it. I don't have one of those cell phones, so I don't know. But with this, like again, it said 3800 was the color temperature. So if I want to mix the color correctly, have the same color temperature, I can turn this on. And right now it's on 3300. I just go up to 3800. And there I go, and it's at 20%. And now if I want to start filling this in, as you can see, I have the right color temperature. Now this light is at 20%, and I'm holding it out at my arm's length. I'm going to go ahead and bring it up. I just changed the color temperature. I'm going to bring the intensity up to 60% at an arm's length. And you can see it's out in front of me, off to the side. It's really kind of it can be pretty bright. And then if I go to 100% at arm's length, you can see what it's doing. So I'm going to bring it back down to 20%. And I'm filling in. Now I'm going to show you, we're going to go to 5600 Kelvin. So if I bring this all the way up to 5600, you might already can tell right here, it's kind of a bluish, more whitish color. So if you're trying to fill with a different color temperature, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get two different color temperatures washing into one another. And if I bring the color temperature at 47, it's getting closer, but you still have, as you can see right here, more of a bright white look to it. And this is still on 20%. Now if I go back to the 3800, that is matching the color, and it's filling in nicely. And now if I go to 3300, you're going to notice a little bit of an orange. And you can see on my shirt here how it's not that real bright bluish white color. It's more of an orange color. So that's what's really nice. If you know what color temperature that you are filming in, and you need to fill, trying to set this and talk at the same time. But if you know what the color temperature is, and then you go to fill, it's going to work out really great. Now I bought a couple more lights that I really like that I'm going to be doing a review on. They're LED lights, and they have, you can adjust the color temperatures on those also, but they don't have the dial in the back that tells you exactly what the color temperature is. So what I'm going to have to do, it says low, medium, and high, and I'm going to have to figure out what the color temperature mixture is. My cat's trying to tear something up, so I have to go check on him. So what we're going to do next is we're going to go into a dark room, and I'm going to put this light on the camera, and we're going to be at 33, 47, and 5600 Kelvins. I'm going to white balance for each, and we're going to go 20, 60, and 100%, and I'm going to be 5 feet away from the camera, and that'll give you an idea of whether or not this light will help you out. So I'm going to be the test subject here. Sorry for that, you're going to have to look at me. I couldn't find anybody else. Although I did have a girl tell me once that character is more attractive than beauty, but I think she was being nice. But anyhow, we're using the Panasonic AC90, and I am 5 feet away from the camera, and the camera is at about 5 feet 2 inches. The lens is at my eye level, and I have the light on top of the camera, and it's tilted just a hair towards me. And actually this is kind of good because you're going to see my bald head. you're going to see the light bouncing off of it. So that would give you an idea also of what the light will do. So we will be testing the 3300 Kelvin, the 4700 Kelvin, and the 5600 Kelvin at 20, 60, and 100%. This is a totally dark room. There's nothing in here. And what I have done right now is white balanced. I have the paper behind me. I have white balanced the camera to the 3300 Kelvin, and we are at 20% of the light. I'm going to go in and go to the manual iris and open it up all the way. I'll only be doing this on the 20%. Then we're going to be staying on the automatic. This is not a test about the camera. This is just trying to show you how much light the light shows at the different temperatures to see if there is a difference. So I'm going to change the iris right now. I go into the camera. I have to flip to see what I'm doing, you dummy. All right, and then all the way. So now I'm still at the 5 feet, and I've changed the iris to, it's at 30. That's the maximum it will go. I'm going to go back and put it on automatic, and then we're going to go to 60% of the light. So I need to take off the iris, automatic. We're back at automatic, and we're going to go up to 60%. There we go. So I'm still at 5 feet. We're still at 3300 Kelvin, and that's what we're white balanced for. And this is at 60%. So you get to see what the light looks like on me. And now we're going to go to 100%. And we'll turn her up. There's 100%. And I'm at my 5 feet. The light is at 3300 Kelvin, and we are at 100% of the light. And if I look at the light, yes, I get blinded, but as far as the light being too much, I don't see any problem with it. Now what we're going to do is stop the camera. I'm going to white balance for 4700 Kelvin, and we'll try at that temperature. Again, I'm still the 5 feet away. We are now at the 4700 Kelvin. I white balanced again, so we have that. We are at 20% light. I'm going to go and set the iris to manual and boost it up and see what this looks like. So I will now go to manual. And now on the camera, I have opened the iris all the way up. I'm sure you see just a little bit of grain. Now we're going to go back and put it back on automatic, and we're going to go up to 60% of the light. So I'm back on automatic, and now I am turning the light up. So again, still 5 feet away, white balanced at 4700 Kelvin, and the light is at 60%. So this gives you an idea of what it looks like. Now we're going to go to 100%. The light, 4700 Kelvin, I'm 5 feet away, and we are at 100% of the light. And again, as long as I don't look into the light, I'm just fine. So now we're going to go to the 5600 Kelvin. We are now at 5600 Kelvin. I have white balanced the camera for the 5600. We are at 20% of the light, and I'm going to go and change the iris and boost it up. So I'm going into manual and up. So at 5 feet, at 5600 Kelvin, 20%, but the gain is boosted as much as I can. Now we're going to go put it back on automatic iris and at 60% of the light. So we're going back on manual, and now we will go up to 60%. So again, 5 feet away, 5600 Kelvin at 60% of the light, and this gives you an idea of what it looks like. And now we will go and turn the light up to 100%, and you get to see what that looks like. So now the light is at 5600 Kelvin and 100%. Again, it's not in my eyes. I mean, if I look at the light, of course, it's going to bother me, but it doesn't bother my eyes at all. And again, this test was just to see how much light the light is emitting at 33, 47, and 5600 Kelvins. Is it going to have this? If I had a light meter, I'd be able to check right away and be able to tell. But this is giving you an example of on the skin if you're doing an interview in a totally dark place on someone's skin, what the light will look like and how well it will perform. And hopefully this has helped you out.